And a good Wednesday to you. Another day, another record high temperature. It's looking likely in Boston. The record for this day, 76. We set it 2 years ago in 2022. 72, the record to beat in Worcester, and I think we're going to get there. In fact, we actually broke the record yesterday in Worcester, and we'll likely do it again today. This will make it the 5th record high temperature this year in Boston. And look, we've had no record lows, and that's a trend. We're seeing more record highs than lows, not just here, but nationally too. 7 out of 10 months have been above average so far this year, and we are currently running as the 9th warmest year to date in the Boston area. The fall season is getting warmer since 1970. Notice that line. It is up. It is now 2.2 degrees warmer during the fall months now compared to what it was back in 1970. And I talked about that trend nationally with more record highs than lows. Nearly 4 times the amount of record highs have been set this year compared to the amount of record lows nationally. So just kind of a little perspective on the warmth that we've been dealing with lately. Now, there is some cold on the map. It's actually in the western half of the country right now with this unusual warmth here in the east. The dividing line is a front that has been producing rain and some severe weather this week, but as it continues to move toward us, a lot of this rain is going to dry up. So that is what we need, right? Rainfall, and I just don't think we're going to anything more than a sprinkle from this front as it crosses this evening. What we are seeing, though, are the winds. They are gusting 20, 30 miles per hour, and that wind is going to be with us through the afternoon into the early evening before it settles down a little bit. And because it has been so dry, now you add the warmth and you add the wind, it's really elevating the fire risk. So there are red flag warnings up through 6 o'clock today for that reason. Please keep that in mind. Notice our highs this afternoon jumping well into the 70s. We may get close to 80 in a couple of spots here. Metro West down toward Norwood could touch 80 degrees today. That wind is off the water for you down along Cape Cod, so 60s for high temperatures there. But remember, that is still above average for this time of year. A lot of sunshine this morning. We bring in a few more clouds this afternoon, but it's mostly sunny. And toward evening, some clouds are going to be moving on through. Those are associated with that frontal passage. But look, maybe we muster a sprinkle. That's it. And then the winds shift around to the west-northwest, and that will start ushering in the cooler air as we get into tonight and tomorrow. So we will start to kind of gradually cool things down here as the skies clear out and we get back some sunshine tomorrow. We'll fall into the 50s for overnight low temperatures tonight, and tomorrow is not as warm. It's a little bit cooler. It's a mostly sunny, breezy day with that westerly wind. But look, we're still in the 60s, even some spots south of town touching that 70-degree mark tomorrow. Cooler air continues to filter in, and by the time we get to the weekend, temperatures will be more seasonable in the 50s by then. We are still monitoring the tropics. We now have Category 2 Hurricane Rafael. Winds are 100 miles per hour. And look, it's getting closer to western Cuba. It will likely cross western Cuba today, coming close enough to the Keys that they'll have some rain and wind out through the Florida Keys. And then this kind of curves toward the northwest, weakening as it kind of moves into the northwestern Gulf of Mexico and then slowing down. So it may meander in the northwestern Gulf through the weekend before it gets a little closer to Texas and Louisiana early next week, but weakening as it does so. So some good news there. What we need is rain, and as we cool it down this weekend, we'll bring in some clouds on Sunday ahead of our next chance for rain. That'll come Sunday night into Veterans Day. Good Wednesday to you. It is going to be a warm and a windy day. Red flag warnings up through 6 p.m. because it's been so dry. You add these winds, and the winds are pushing the temperatures up again into the mid-upper 70s, could get close to 80 in spots, likely setting record high temperatures today in Boston and Worcester. This will be the 3rd week in a row that we have done that in the Boston area. So warm today, front comes through with maybe a sprinkle this evening, and then we're gradually cooling it down through the end of the week as we fall into the lower 60s. 50s are back this weekend. Next chance of rain, Sunday night into Veterans Day on Monday.